are we not at Build-A-Bear right now?
Like, don't touch that.
Oh, sorry.
If you touch anything near
I'm
this...
ADD, guys.
Dana is the physical manifestation of a human cat. She's like, pause, don't touch. Pause, don't touch.
Things.
Oh my gosh, Lucy Lawless, I gotta touch you.
It's not untrue. That's for sure.
I'm just going to check and make sure... Welcome, guys. I'm just going to check and make sure everything is working in terms of volume.
I'm actually here today.
Yep, that's
I can hear me, yeah.
I'm alive.
At this point, Jack and Peter have fusion danced and become their ultimate form.
That reminds me of that really dark time in Full Metal Alchemist. For those who have watched it, you know what I'm talking about.
I don't know that they do.
What about Doctor
Dog
Who?
Girl.
Doctor Who, she's regenerated. It was she took Peter form, she's taken Jack form, and now she's in her ordinary form, you know her.
You know, it was nice to have a penis for a while and white privilege and white male privilege especially, but there's just something about being a woman with boobs.
That must be nice too. I'll try that next week.
We have 3 live viewers.
Woo!
Nice.
Hi, live viewers. How are you? How was your day?
It's good.
Yeah.
You're collecting collectibles? That's great, because that's our topic today.
Yeah, it is.
Our topic for the Riffsters episode 37.
Something like that,
is what do collectibles mean to you? Because collectibles are a huge part of our life. Actually,
Yes.
the 3 of us just went to a Magic the Gathering Funko Pop shop in Los Angeles last weekend, where we dropped a pretty penny on some of the things you see before you.
And dice. Lots of dice.
And dice.
Eileen Gary says, "Hey everyone, made it home from therapy just in time to watch the stream. I missed you, Dana."
Hey,
Hi,
awesome.
Eileen.
Well, she's been here every week. You know, she's just taking different forms.
Just different
This
forms.
is awkward because this
Perfect timing.
Dana, this is the fusion ultimate form of Peter and Jack.
Yeah.
That's okay.
So, bait and switch.
We don't need to do
Actually,
that.
write in the comments
Switching bait.
what do you
Peter,
collect?
Jack.
What do you
Got it.
collect? I know Trent Toffee, he makes Lego minifigures. He's made them of us. And we'll get into that later, because I actually also make custom minifigures.
So I have a question for the both of you to get started. What was your first ever action figure, and why did you buy it?
I think, don't fact check this, I think, so my brother was really into action figures. He's 3 years older. And so I don't think I actually owned any myself. I think they were hand-me-downs from him, or like I'd buy them from him. And I remember we went to this like local mall, and they had these really Japanese Dragon Ball Z. They had Goku in his Saiyan form, and then Goku in his Super Saiyan form. And the only points of articulation they had was that their arms would move up and down, but like the legs wouldn't move or anything. And so Danny and I would take Super Saiyan Goku and regular Goku and just make them fight to the death. And so I think I ended up like doing chores and paying him for those. And so I think Goku from Dragon Ball Z
Was your first
collectible.
one?
Yeah.
It has like a nostalgia factor now, because you guys used to play with them. That's awesome.
Dragon Ball. I love Dragon Ball Z. I got my Super Saiyan Gohan, Trunks, Vegeta, Piccolo.
Real quick before we go into the hit for
Yeah.
him, who's your favorite Dragon Ball Z character?
Super Saiyan 2 Gohan from the Cell
Gohan.
Tower.
Interesting. I'm a Trunks
You?
person.
Which Trunks?
Older teenage Trunks, obviously.
Not Baby Trunks.
I had
There's
the biggest
no
crush.
one on the planet that likes baby Trunks.
Yeah.
Can we just acknowledge Dragon Ball Z for a second, that they had Future Trunks and Baby Trunks in the same timeline, and they're like, we'll keep them there.
Yeah.
So there's 2 of the same person existing in that.
It makes sense though, because like, you know, he would come back from the
Yeah,
future.
yeah.
So like, anyway. What about you? What was your first collectible and why?
Real quick, 2 things. One, we don't want to go down Dragon Ball Z with me because this is a deep,
We're gonna go down in a
dark
second.
rabbit hole that you don't want to enter with me.
Pulls out DVD collection.
Number 2, in the interest of complete honesty, I didn't hear anything you said after "don't fact check this" because all I could think about is how would I possibly fact check what?
Hi,
your-
Derek's mom? Yeah, it's me again. You have another question for you.
Hey, Derek's mom
I was
and dad.
thinking the same thing, but I didn't say anything.
Derek made a claim on our podcast today, and I want to make sure it's true. Otherwise, he's out. Because he's a liar.
Nice.
They're like, actually, no, it was not. It was Dragon Ball Z. He got that part right, but it was. What did you say? I don't see. I wasn't even. I'm sorry. I was just
It was
like, went on a
Goku
whole-
and Super Saiyan Goku, because, fact about me, I would always collect the heroes. would never want to spend money on, like, I collected Lord of the Rings action figures.
Oh, nice.
Why would I ever buy an orc? But then I'm playing with my Lord of the Rings action figures. I'm like, I got nobody to battle. Y'all are fighting each other.
That makes sense. That checks out.
That. I invented. I was too busy with my whole narrative in my head about me and your parents. That's what was happening here.
First collectible. And can we fact check it?
I have such a bad memory. Like I have a really good memory for things, and then I don't have like.
First action figure, actually. I think that was the question, right?
Yeah, or like just collectible or action figure, like,
okay,
and why?
I don't remember this. This is what was told to me by my mom.
Oh.
I had to have been Power Rangers. Yeah. It was the flip ones that we saw at Target.
Heads.
Yeah, the flip heads. I think whenever she tells the story about it, it's always the Black Power Ranger. So I'm going to assume that was one of the first ones I got. Okay, so it's kind of the funny story. She said I used to I wouldn't give up my pacifier, which I called a Mac-a-Mac. Your guess is as good as mine here. But I wouldn't give it up, so my mom bribed. She started a long tradition of bribing me for things that I found unpleasant in order to get me to do them. Which started with giving up the...
Oh, really?
That's called temptation bundling, actually.
Started with giving up the pacifier so that I could get the toy.
This makes my life way easier now.
So check this out. Check out how sad this is about to get.
Okay.
So she said, throw it away, I'll go get you the Black Power Ranger.
Throw it away.
Throw it away.
Permanently.
I was at the age where I needed to, get rid of it.
All right. So your middle school friends are like, Julian, we want to have a conversation with you.
So yesterday when Dana was like, you have to get rid of the pacifier. So I had to get rid of it. So she said, throw it away, I'll get you the Black Power Ranger. So I don't remember it. So I guess I threw it away, and then we went to the Toys R Us, R.I.P., pour one out, and we got the Black Power Ranger, and I came home. And then as my mom tells it, later that night, later when they put me to bed, she remembers going to bed and then hearing a sound coming from my room, and she went to my room and I was sleeping, but I was making the noise of because I didn't have a pacifier, and she said it broke her heart. She went out and got me a pacifier.
Oh, she broke.
Yeah.
I thought that story was going to take two twists. Either you're going to go back in the trash and take your pacifier back, or you're going to be sucking on the Black Power Ranger.
That's what I thought too.
Really quick,
it's like an arm or something.
Really quick too, sidebars off of this. The tradition continued then with any time I had to do dental things, which I hated the dentist, and I had awful experiences. So
what do you mean hated? As in past tense?
Hate.
Okay.
Currently. Present tense. They would always... So, when I had to get, a bunch of teeth pulled, they bribed me with Yu-Gi-Oh! Tins. Do you remember the tins that would come... So, anyway. So, that started this whole tradition.
Is that how I'm going to get you to go to the dentist?
Straight A's in... maybe. Straight A's for finals was 4 Star Wars Lego sets. Probably totaling, $500.
Damn!
Absurd things. Anyway. That's one thing.
It's nice to have rich parents.
Brief sidebar on the pacifier story. My sister also has a funny pacifier story that my dad tells, which is that he put her down when she was really young, and then he went to bed, and then she started crying, and he came back, and her pacifier was gone, and it was on the other. She had a crib, and it was on the other side of the room.
In your mouth.
I'm double macking. So he was like, okay. So he picked it up, then gave it back to her, then walked away, then same thing. So this goes back and forth. This happens 3 or 4 times. Finally, 4th or 5th time, he's like, I'm gonna stay and peek through the door and watch how she can't walk. So how is she getting this fucking thing to the other side of the room?
Yeah.
So he says he watched, and for 5 minutes nothing happens, and then he does it much better than I do, but she got on the railing. You know how pacifiers have there's the stretchy part, and then there's the kind of the part that you hold. So she stuck that part on the railing and then went and then let go and fired it across the room.
What the fuck?
That is amazing. That's like a
So
medieval
smart.
weapon.
Every time he does the I just imagine his little baby sister
That is incredible.
Anyway, that was a long tangent, but it's 2 funny stories, I think.
That was funny.
Georgina says, I collect nice rocks.
I used to do that too.
From different state, different. Is it location based, or is it just in your backyard? Anything that's colorful or smooth?
I did both.
Okay.
Like, if we'd go to a nice state park and I found a really nice smooth stone, I'd take it, even if I'd been there before and taken one already.
Would you ride on it? Or like...
No.
Okay, so you'd
no,
have
it was
like
all
a
by
box
memory.
of... Okay.
Yeah. I actually still have a giant treasure chest. Because my grandpa, before he died, he got me this huge treasure chest, and it's just full of those rocks. And like, and then when we would go and travel, I would always try to find a really cool rock to take as well.
I can't wait for like Julian to help you like move a trunk of like a heavy trunk. It's like, what's in here, Dana? Rocks?
Yeah.
Or is it actually rocks?
It was a fun thing. I was actually always obsessed with treasure chests as a kid.
Ooh.
Like, I don't know what it was, but since I was very, very little, like, that was my thing. I had to have jewelry boxes that look like treasure chests. And then you'll find upstairs, like, I have a couple up on my desk. I have a World of Warcraft one over by the TV.
What
Like,
Dana's saying, in a roundabout way, is she always wanted to be a pirate.
that's so true. Honestly.
I hear you that you have treasure chests buried somewhere, and there's maybe a map in this apartment.
What Dana said. I like small
There is
chests to put
treasure
things
in this apartment.
What Derek heard. Dana
Actually-
buries her actual money in the dirt in the forest.
I am
Adventure
basically
confirmed?
Ron Swanson. No, but actually that's a funny story because there was one time I drew a treasure map and then I followed it in my backyard and I did find a little metal like heart thing in the dirt where the X was and I have it still to this day. It's like this like it
Wait,
looked like
you
it was
buried
part
it?
of like a no I just found an actual like treasure like metal heart thing. Like it looked like it was like part of a necklace at one point.
Dang.
And so I actually found treasure from a random treasure map that I made that I thought I wasn't going to find anything. Isn't that insane? I was born to be a pirate, guys.
Was not your parents.
Pirate's life for
We're
me
gone.
confirmed.
Yeah.
Why is the rum gone?
Iligo says, I'm not a big collector of stuff. My question to him would be, if he were to start a collection like today, what would it be? Always a good question.
I used to actually not, other than obviously rocks, because those were free, and treasure chests were like a birthday thing usually. I used to not be a collector, but that's because I didn't really ever have money. And my parents didn't really like buying us things. So, so my first collectible was actually this.
And to the people who don't know what that is.
So this is a little pickaxe from Minecraft. It was one of...
So not a pixelated, awkwardly shaped penis.
Yes, not that. Yeah, it was my first collectible.
Clears things up quite a bit.
Actually, I'm just gonna leave it.
Yeah,
down
just
so
leave
people
What
see
year
this.
did you get it about?
It was very soon after Minecraft became a thing, because like not to be one of those people, but I actually played Minecraft before it was a popular, like before it had ever even sold 1 million copies. So this was a couple years after that, obviously, because now it became commercial, and this was before this was commercially sold. I found it at a comic book shop that was selling like the prototypes. So this was the
Dang.
prototype before they started selling like the diamond ones and the gold ones or whatever.
Wow.
And I was so excited about it because I loved Minecraft back then. So like I was like obsessed with having anything to do with it. And even though I really didn't have the money even then to do it, I bought it.
I like it.
Hello? Derek's parents, can you confirm? Can you confirm that this is in fact a prototype?
They're like, yeah, no. Dana got it from the comic shop.
Yeah.
She was playing the game before.
We were there, don't worry.
It's like a much shittier version than the one you would find nowadays because like it has like this like I don't know, it's just like not as good, but I can't be parted with it because it's my
like
first
it.
collectible. Second collectible is this.
And if you guys can't see, it's signed by...
Xena Warrior Princess,
Played
aka
by-
Lucy Lawless.
Nice.
Yeah,
Isn't that kind of crazy that her last name is Lawless?
I know. It's
is
amazing.
it birth name? Or is that
I'm
her,
pretty
like,
sure it's her
Hollywood name?
actor name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like as far as like, I always wish I had a last name that was like an adjective.
Yeah.
You know.
Lawless is pretty damn cool.
What would your adjective name be?
I'd be like, Julian's.
Loser face.
That's a noun. Thank you very much. Grammar. I'd be like Julian.
Pees himself.
Julian.
Wow, I'm like trying really hard. I was
Julian pacifier.
I was hoping this would
Julian
create words, and it's not
Suck.
working. Is this not how you make words? Does it come out?
What about Derek Eats?
Derek,
Food.
Derek Eats.
No, guys, you guys like need to go back to English. Verb, noun. We're talking about
No,
adjective. Come up with an adjective.
No, you said verb.
No, I said adjective.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Lawless is an
I just
adjective.
didn't care.
Derek
I
Strong.
was just making a joke.
Care, God damn it.
Like
Care about something.
Care is a verb.
Dana careless.
that makes sense.
That's
Checks
What
pretty
out.
about Dana Chaos.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Also
that's my
an
actual name.
You guys are real bad at this
Did
game.
you guys not know this?
You guys are very bad
I'm
at
not
this
playing
game.
that game. I'm playing what would sound cool.
Yeah.
Well, okay, then what would it be? Derek Eats? Literally, that's going to be your name?
Derek Strong would be
Derek.
my adjective name. Derek Plesiosaur would be my noun name. And Derek Eats would be my verb name.
What are your noun... Well, we got your adjective name. Is Dana Careless.
Dana Careless, Dana
Unless you want it-
Chaos.
Dana Chaos.
Dana Chaos.
I mean, that's basically
such a
my name.
superhero name. That's such a South Park, like when they're all pretending to play superhero names.
I'm Professor Chaos.
You are.
Yeah. What's the other one?
What did you not do? Verb.
Verb. Dana Fucks.
That's a porn star name.
But
The
like
cheesy one at that.
Fuchs, so it's not like vulgar.
What about Dana Fux?
Fuchs. Eternally correcting people for the rest of your life.
No, it's Dana Fucks. Excuse me,
Yeah.
like do not mispronounce my name.
What if
funny
you
would
got
that be?
What if you got married and did a hyphen last name? So it'd be like Dana Fucks Bimani.
Or no, what would be your noun name? What would be your noun name? Real quick, what's your noun?
Wait, no. What if you married someone whose last name was like Johnson? Dana Fucks Johnson.
That's why I'm asking what your
Dana
noun is.
Fucks Wiener.
That's exactly it. At that point, you're swiping on Tinder based on names.
But then I would just go by D instead of Dana, because like I like
But,
to
like,
sometimes
imagine
go by
what
D.
that
So
does-
D fucks Wiener.
Imagine what that does to the children, man.
Or no, what if their last name was Hole? D fucks Hole.
D Fucks Hole.
Oh man, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh, we're the Riffsters.
It's a podcast
And a web show.
and a web show. We can say that now. Did you know that? Because we did one episode of Riff Draft, which you guys should go check out if you haven't seen it. We technically have a web show.
Yeah, that's true. That we haven't done another episode of yet.
Yeah, we need to work on that. Well, the guy who's supposed to produce it. No. Sorry.
What were you looking
that
I
was
was like, oh, was he supposed to
That
produce
was,
my
I'm sorry.
soul.
That was misleading. That was really misleading. I was looking through you. Because Jack's apartment is in that direction.
Okay.
Actually, it's.
That was-
We've
more in
got
that
exciting
direction,
things
but
in the
whatever.
works.
That was super
Let's say
misleading.
that. We
Yeah.
have new and exciting things in the works.
Go into the comments real quick. Iligo responded to our question saying, I was thinking about getting into Funko Pops. They seem fun. We're about to go
They
down.
are?
We're about to go
We're
down
about to go
that
hard in
fuck's
that.
hole.
Illegal, I would say if you're a Netflix subscriber, they just released last week a hour-and-a-half documentary on the history of Funko Pops, the rise of the company, and how they've become a pop culture sensation. And it is brilliant. I'd say just watch it. Hour and a half. It's fantastic.
That'll make you get into it if you're not
Yeah.
already into it. As you can see, clearly we're very into it.
Why are you guys into it? What was your first one, and why do you continue to collect them?
My first Funko I didn't buy, actually.
That's fair then.
I used
Someone's
to,
like, "I'll let you try it the first time for free."
well, it's funny. I used to write for a website called Movie Pilot as a creator, and I used to write a bunch of like nerdy shit about fandom and superheroes and whatnot. And they sent me a Gamora Funko as like a kind of like a gift / thank you for writing, I guess. That was my first one, and then after that, I just kept like I actually don't have that many Funkos. I only have a couple, and I think. Come to think of it, I think the only ones I have, people have bought for me.
Yeah, you really don't have that many.
I'm funny enough, not the biggest fan of Funkos. Not come to think of it. I got the Captain Marvel one. But
Derek just made the face like the meme where it just like your voice just turned into like a reverby echo as the camera panned on his face.
I think there are better action figures. Like these are so much cooler than Funkos.
These are
It's just
cosplays
like
for
the
everyone.
screen fades to black, fades back, it's just joy. And
Derek's wiping off a knife.
Well, I got the ones that I think are cool. Like I have a huge shelf over there. We'll have to show you guys sometime. Just full of like all of my collections. But I like regular. I like plushies, and I like regular action figures that actually look like the character.
So here's the thing. Here's a question.
Yeah.
How do you define collector? Because what we were talking about this, I was thinking about it.
People who collect things.
I don't know if I actually think I'm a collector. Like obviously.
Shut the fuck up.
Hold
You
on.
have more
Hold
Funkos
on.
than anybody I know.
Hold on. If you would shut your yappity pirate mouth for 2 seconds, you would let me
say
finish.
Powerade mouth?
I tried to say pirate. It may have come out as Powerade. Shut your Powerade mouth.
It's just like every time I open, Powerade just flows right out of me.
It's
Shut
angry
your
about it,
very
I'm like,
cool blaster mouth.
You know what? Shut your Gatorade eyes. You're like, how dare you? How dare you bring Gatorade into this? Don't make me bring Propel.
Wow.
Anyway.
You said you wouldn't. What is a collectible?
You're not a
Yes.
collector.
Yeah, collector.
So, like,
He's a collector.
I'm not saying you couldn't argue it, but it just like to me, I like buying things that are like fun and cool,
That's
like
what
fun little
collectors do.
toys.
Yeah.
But like, I kind of think about if you're saying collector and we're talking about it like as a proper noun, I'm thinking about it as like there's one thing that you collect and you hunt for it, you search for it, and if that's the definition, I don't do that. I just kind of like when I see one of these that's fun. I'm not like I only collect Funkos. I'm not like I only collect like limited edition Batman action figure. You know, like those to me feel like I guess what I'm saying is we have to figure out what the levels are because I feel like I'm whatever it is. I feel like I'm second tier. I'm not top tier collector.
I don't know if that's fair because like you're a collector of your fandom.
Yeah.
And I think that's just as valid as someone who collects 90,000 Coca-Cola things. Like,
But I think that's like a lower tier. Like
they're obsessed.
I think that's a lower tier than the person who like has to own every single pair of Air Jordans.
Then you're the casual collector.
I think that you and I are different in that, like, I collect Funko Pops and Lego minifigures, but you collect, like, Power Ranger, White Ranger, and Green Ranger, Praetorian Guard of any different type, you know?
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
you'll go to Mystery Minis, you'll go to Cause Baby, you'll go to all these different things to
That's
collect
true.
these one thing.
That's right.
Versus
Yeah.
I'm like, if it's not a Funko Pop, if it's not a Lego minifigure, I can't touch it. Except for Mystery Minis. And Cause Baby.
Cause Babies.
Yeah.
And plushies.
And plushies.
Illegal says, "Are you guys collecting those chips?" We are collecting those chips in our stomachs, which is why we put them over there.
I think
told you
Dana's
to
going
get
for the high score.
Yeah.
Hey, fuck off.
Dana's the biggest
Dana's the most
collection.
avid collector of those chips.
I was really hungry, and I have a hard time talking if I don't eat.
Eileen says, "I bought my first 3 pop figures at once, and they were Joker, Harley Quinn from Batman animated series, and Justice League Batman."
Those are great ones. Yeah, I would get those.
That's relatively new then.
Yeah.
If it's Justice League Batman, she probably started collecting last year.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got the Cylon.
All readers are still engaged against the Galactica.
I hate it.
Well, that's because you don't watch Battlestar Galactica and you're a loser.
I do need to get on that.
You know where I got that, though? You want to know where I got that? Okay, I'll tell you where I got that. I got it at the
Pirate
Secret
Treasure?
Stash.
That's not what I thought.
I mean, that's close to Pirate Treasure.
That's true.
That's Kevin Smith's comic book store that he owns.
Yeah, I want to go there.
Where is that?
It's in New Jersey, in Red Bank.
okay, nice.
So I went back when I used to live in New York. I was like, I'm going to New Jersey because I used to watch Comic Book Men, which was Kevin Smith's show
Yeah.
about the comic book store, and I was just obsessed with it. I couldn't wait, so I wanted to be on it. So drove all the way down to New Jersey, which is like a 4-hour drive from where I was living, and went to the store. Got to be an extra on their show.
Did you know that you were gonna be able to be on the show, or did you just
I
go
didn't
saying
know.
I'm gonna do it, and then you just happened to work out?
It was
really
one of
well?
those very last minute things where I just went and
Yeah.
didn't really plan it, but it ended up being that they were like, if you come back tomorrow, you can be on the show. I was like, yeah. So I came back the next
Dang,
day and I was
nice.
wearing a Star Trek dress.
Nice.
And then of course I was wearing a Star Trek dress as I bought a Battlestar Galactica Cylon.
Do you know what episode you're in?
So I actually don't know what episode I'm in because
bummer.
the only
You
thing
never
that
looked for it?
No, I never looked for it because they stopped airing it on Netflix and I never knew where to find it after that.
Do you know like could you track down around the date that you did it? And so within one
I could barely
season-
track down the date I had moved to LA.
within one season, and then you could watch that entire season. So that'd be kind of fun. It's like an Easter egg, but of yourself.
I think you would only see my legs, which I did have my giant Lord of the Rings tattoo on my leg. So if it shows, then you would be able to know
You
it
should
was
do
me.
that. That sounds fun.
But-
You should just watch them all.
Yeah. So, but this is my little thing to remember. Actually, I have a comic book, The Killing Joke, and I had everybody sign The Killing Joke too.
Nice.
But
I think collecting. I'm thinking about when my collection started. I think it came from my mom, and she has the most
Ooh.
obscure collection. She
Yeah.
collects Kleenex boxes. I kid you not. You guys have heard this. She
Yeah.
has this pantry. She probably has 65 different Kleenex boxes.
Yeah.
It started with this. She was decorating her home, and she loves color. She like the pop, just really colorful, all the artwork and everything. and we were shopping at like Target. She had to get Kleenex, and she saw one that fit the bill. It's very like pop color, pop arty thing. So she got it, and then she got all of them, and she's like, I'm gonna place this right here. And then she used all the tissues, and she refilled it, and she's like, I gotta get some more in case that ever leaves. And so she'd collect them, and then she's like, but what if they run out of this line? And so she'd collect every one of this one, and that got discontinued. She's like, but we need them in every room. And so she would find different ones with like colored people. So she is so keen on colored it has to be Kleenex. Colored Kleenex boxes, the square ones that have like 60 to 80 tissues. So it's not even good value.
Yeah.
And she'll go there. And when I was in college, I'd come home being like, Mom, I'm so broke and I have allergies. Like, can I just have some tissues? And she'd look through her pantry at her 60 boxes. She's like, I can't spare any for you. So, like, I have photographs. Like, I'll go home and she just has tons of them. Yeah. And so, without her knowing, I think it was like a year ago, I took one of her special boxes. She has like 30 of them, and it's in my apartment now. So like refill it.
She's like, these are actually limited edition tissues.
Yeah, I've tweeted at Kleenex, and I told them, like, who would have thought, like, you guys are sitting in a business room being like, who's going to buy Star Wars Kleenex boxes? Like, me and my mom, that's
it. you're those sad saps.
I know. Probably get her in the Guinness Book of World Records, do you think? Like, who else in the world
I think she's the only one, like, Kleenex.
Like, yeah, like, who else collects that? Yeah.
Like,
but you might be surprised, though. I mean, people collect the most obscure things, like the Coca-Cola everything. Like, I think that's weird. Like, I don't know.
She's like, Obama signed this one.
Actually, that'd be pretty cool.
JFK blew his nose in that one.
Yeah, it's interesting. We all have really bad allergies, so we're like power users for tissues. We measure our colds by how many tissues we use by like the box. And so it's very apropos, but I like it.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
And that's why if you guys come over, I have like the Rocket Raccoon tissues, I have the Star Wars tissues, I have the MCU ones. So I have like different boxes, and I just keep refilling them. But yeah, it started from that.
That's hilarious. I'm trying to think of the weirdest collection I've ever heard of.
Is it that? Is it the tissues?
That's the front runner so far, 100%.
What was it? In the Funko Pop documentary, the one woman said she started collecting. Was it beer paraphernalia miniatures or something?
Oh yeah, maybe.
Like something. It was like something really obscure.
Yeah.
I used to collect little plushy lizards.
That's odd.
Huh. My favorite animal used to be lizards, so I would collect plushy lizards.
That's increasingly odd, as that's not even your top 3 at this point.
No, they are. It literally goes cats, owls, lizards.
My friend just went to an owl cafe in Japan.
They
exist,
jealous.
and like she has photos of being in this like coffee cafe with like owls on her, and then she got this owl backpack.
Number 4 is foxes, and then number 5 is hyenas.
Hyenas?
Sorry. I fucking love hyenas.
Why?
Because their laugh is hilarious, and they're just so cute.
No, but come on. What about red pandas?
Well, yeah, they're 6.
No, those are 3.
No, they're
What's your
6.
favorite like marine animal? Like
I don't like marine animals.
None
that
of
much.
them?
No, they're all
turtles, dolphins.
Turtles are dope. Turtles are dope, but
Whales,
they're
sharks,
amphibians. So
megalodon, plesiosaur, please.
Please be sure, please.
Alina's asking if this is Soleil or a Dreyu.
This one's a Dreyu. Can they see it?
Ego just said, raccoons are the shit. Raccoons are in the shit as they are constantly digging through shit. Or they are what we call trash pandas.
I love trash pandas.
They got little hand. I want to screenshot these 2 comments. This is like the 2 funniest things I've read, just out of context. Raccoons are the shit. They got little hands.
Amazing.
Oh, dude, this is amazing. That was a good laugh. Thank you. I appreciate that. That was really funny. This is good phrasing.
You know who else has little hands?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have little thumbs.
See, I just cut off
You
your
do
potential
have
joke
little
there.
thumbs. You have Megan Fox thumbs.
I have Megan Fox thumbs.
Oh my god.
You've seen this.
No, I've never.
You know
I've never actually
like
noticed.
the white part of thumbs
No,
that
stop.
everyone has.
Put it away. It's so gross.
I don't have that.
That's so
This
weird.
is what a fully
Y'all have
formed
Luigi
thumb
thumbs.
looks.
I have Mario thumbs.
No, his
God.
actually aren't that great either.
No, mine-
they're a
mine
little.
are- mine
They're
are
not as
super
bad
normal.
as yours,
Mine are
but
super
like
normal.
they're a bit chubby.
I'm still good at like holding things.
Every part of my hands is super normal. They're just smaller.
Yeah.
Ish.
Your thumbs kind of look like chodes.
What? No, his thumbs look like chodes.
That too. His looks like
Oh,
uncircumcised.
dude, I hate it. What's wrong? Why?
And suddenly
I'll
he
do
develops
this.
like...
Oh, it's the one thing I'm insecure
Oh, I
about.
can't move your hands now.
Don't forget to like this video.
Yeah, this is taking a turn.
What do you guys aspire to... Like, okay, let me rephrase
But we're
this.
getting to time.
Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah, we're doing a shorter podcast today, by the way, as we have things to do, people to meet,
Things to see, sushi
plans
to eat.
to enact,
Things to collect.
things to collect. So I guess concluding thought. Who was about to say something? You were about.
You
to
were about to say something. I
Yeah.
didn't mean to cut you off.
Just, if you were to be known for collecting one thing, so when your friends were abroad or, like, at comic book shops, they'd see something, they'd be like, I gotta get this for Dane, I gotta get this for Julie. What would it be?
Weapons. I love weapons.
Like real weapons?
Yeah, like my Genji sword, my Captain America shield that I
Okay,
have. Like
okay.
that's like a legit thing. I have my Reinhardt hammer and the Harley Quinn bat.
What if I came back from, like, Japan with, like, legit nunchucks for you?
Fuck yeah.
With context makes a lot more sense, but out of context, it's weapons.
1,000 battle axes.
Different poisons, assorted poisons.
Dueling pistols.
What was it? The question was if someone was going to
What
bring
do you want to
something
be
back for
known?
me.
No, what do you want to be known for? And so, like, so say it's like Praetorian Guards. If I'm abroad and I see anything like
I
Praetorian
can tell you
Guard
right
lunchbox,
now what it is.
I'm gonna cop it for you.
Oh,
It could be like Fox paraphernalia.
Foxes in pop culture.
oh, I collect.
Yeah.
I just realized I collect watches, and I now collect rings.
Oh yeah, he does collect rings.
Those I would consider.
but it's not
our
standard
collections.
rings. You like pop culture rings.
Well, anything that catches, because this is not a pop culture ring, but I just liked it, you know. So it's
Yeah.
it's mostly pop culture rings. Like I would prefer, but
It started with the Green Lantern ring I got you.
Dana started that collection for me.
I did.
She got me that ring. That was the
Yeah,
first ring that looked good on my little hands.
That's
on
right.
my raccoon hands.
You're a trash panda.
I'm a trash panda. I love it. I just want to be a trash panda now. Eileen says, Dana, I'm buying you a katana for your birthday next year.
Katana.
I would love that.
That's going to be interesting to ship. I'll leave the logistics to you, Eileen.
You can actually buy them. I got one for my 16th birthday. I got a set of katana, a wakizashi, and a tanto.
Nice.
And
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
How is no one... You know how you buy knife blocks, like, for the kitchen?
yeah,
How has no one made a set of mini katana knives?
they
Knives.
have.
Knives.
because it's probably weirdly unergonomic in the sense that katanas have this weird curvature.
But that's not the point. It's not about usefulness. It's about tools.
By the way, my
Decorative.
favorite weapon is a scimitar.
Have you seen that meme floating around Reddit where it's this attractive blonde girl and she's like, so here's an update. I got an Urukai scimitar. It's useful for daily life.
I know this
And it shows her like cutting things with it.
I was so jealous of her for having that. I
When
really
Dana's apprehended by the authorities and they're trying to figure out her motive and doing whatever crime she committed, it's going to start here. They're going to be like, oh, here's where it was.
Yeah. And
My favorite weapon's a scimitar. What should we get you? Weapons? What do you need? Hammers? Hey, could you give me a nail gun? Why?
Dana
No
Chaos.
reason.
Dana Chaos reigns. If anyone ever
Dana fucks, actually.
watches the Fate Stay Night series, there is a hero who literally his entire like ultimate ability is just like summoning millions of like weapons and just like aiming it at people. So that
my
would be
gosh.
me.
All right, I have a quick question for you.
Yep.
3, 2, 1, sign off.
Shoot.
That's it.
Raccoons are the shit.
No, it's shoot. Your sign off was shoot.
Shoot.
3, 2, 1, sign off.
Tiny hands, big sword.
Oh.
Oh. 3, 2, 1.
Trash panda.
Nice. You had that locked and loaded.
Yeah.
Okay.
He always does.
Always
does.
Thanks for joining our little bit abbreviated podcast this week, guys. For context, we're trying to see if we do a shorter one when people go to watch it who didn't watch it live, if they are
Stay
more
around
inclined-
longer.
If they stay around longer, if it's a little bit shorter. So we're experimenting.
For accountability's sake, I'm going to volunteer Dana take a photo of one shelf of her bookshelf full of collectibles and post it on our Riffsters Instagram.
We have a
I think-
Riffsters Instagram?
It'd be really cool to give you behind the scenes looks at our collections, just different passions.
I think that's great.
Dana gaming and stuff. And you mentioned your bookshelf. Let's
I
give
did.
them a sneak peek on the Instagram. So check it out.
Sure.
It's
And
at
don't
the
forget,
Rifters.
and don't forget to message us on Instagram your
Yeah.
collection.
Or
We'd love to
respond.
see it.
I guess we should have totally plugged that. The Instagram is new. We have our Instagram.
At the
even know.
Rifters.
Post it in the chat. You can
Yeah.
go check us out.
We're a podcast and an Instagram now.
And a web show.
Yeah. Iligo says Instagram question mark. Is that you've never heard of Instagram? In which case,
No, he's looking for the tag.
I put
That
it in.
tag.
I just I just pasted it. No,
Well, maybe he was typing it as you typed it. Or maybe he just didn't see it.
.com/the Riffsters. Hold on, let me see if this works because it didn't link the first time. Nope, just kidding. Hold on.
It's
What if this was my
the
mouth?
Riffsters.
What's up, Derek? wait, ready? Oh, saw, dude.
Saw, dude.
What's
Oh,
up?
there we go.
Perfect. Dana is going to post a photo of some of her collectibles on the bookshelf. I will take it next week, and I will show you my Funko Pop collection.
Cool. There we go.
Damn.
Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll be back next week. We've been kind of in and out a little bit just because various people have been sick and also lots of things happening. But we're actually trying to commit to like really expanding the channel. And I know we've said that probably on 3 different podcasts.
We've
but
got some things up our sleeve.
we have
We
some,
do.
we have some ideas.
I'd
So-
like to also, accountability's sake, that we're looking to get the podcast on Apple Podcasts.
Yeah,
Yay!
let's actually be on.
Soon you'll be listening to it in your
Yeah.
car. Yeah.
But
And Spotify.
anyway, thanks, guys, and we will catch you next week.
Bye.